Hey, Judge, it's great to see you. I'm good,
Great to see you too. All right, so what say you about these leftists who seem to hate America, and yet they continue to stay here? They always threaten to leave, but they like it here, apparently.
Apparently, this is a free country, and they have the right to leave if they do not love this country, if they do not celebrate the freedoms that we cherish. And that's, Judge, that's what yesterday is all about. That's what Independence Day is all about. It's a reminder of the vision that our founders had for this country. It's a reminder to go back and look at the Declaration of Independence that tells us that we have these inalienable rights that have been endowed upon us by our Creator, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that is where our pride in America comes from. That's where we draw the inspiration from on days like Independence Day to say, we can agree or disagree on policy. We can be happy or unhappy with whoever's in charge of the country, but we have to stand together as Americans to support and defend the Constitution, to support and defend these freedoms that make this country what it is and that make us who we are as Americans.
Well, there's no question. And you know what's interesting, Tulsi, what I read Michael Moore and how disgusted he is. And one of the things he said was that he cannot in good conscience continue to accept the privileges that this country has to offer because of his grievances. And some of his grievances, and he demands that they be, that certain things be corrected. He says, until women's rights are fully reinstated and until there are reparations made to the black community and until there's a removal of every single Republican from Congress, and he goes on from there, I say to myself, this guy considers himself a smart man, and yet he comes out with these overgeneralized, ridiculous concepts because he believes the Supreme Court has taken away women's rights when essentially the Supreme Court said, hey, this is a democracy, give it to the people.
And he's got a right. He's got a right to say those things, just as every other American has a right to free speech. We have a right to get involved in our democracy, to take action on the issues that we care about. That is the beauty of this country. And it's unfortunate that people like him feel that they need to resign their citizenship unless they get everything that they want. It goes against the very democracy that we celebrate here, and frankly, that we need to continue to stand up and protect and defend.
And what I find even more astonishing is that, when it comes to what Americans are concerned about today, and 88% of Americans, I don't know if it's ever been that high historically, feel that the country is headed in the wrong direction. And yet you still have these left-leaning liberals who are like, everything is wrong. But you wonder if it's wrong with the country, or do they just hate the country? Do they hate the United States, or do they hate the way it's being run?
I think it's a very legitimate question. It certainly seems to me like there's a lot of people who do hate our country, and they talk about it over and over again, whether they're talking about the current decisions or they're talking about where we have come from as a country, rather than looking at, again, the vision our founders had for us, that we as a nation built on this Constitution would continue to strive towards that more perfect union. We have to love this country in order to be able to do that. I love this country very much. I'm willing to die for these freedoms and for our country, as are my brothers and sisters in uniform. That's how important it is. Whether I agree or disagree with what someone is saying, I'm willing to die for their right to say it.
Very well said, as always.